Mystique.
Ooh. Raven.
Yeah. So you guys, hopefully you like X-Men and all the cool things that Mystique can do. She's a pretty fun character, and that's why we're drawing her. But before we get to that, we have a sponsor, per the usual. And that sponsor is BKS Art and Textiles. You can hear me rustling around with all the stuff.
With the art and textiles.
The art and textiles, yeah. But you guys could win either a Wolverine or a Nightcrawler print of your very own. Like win for free. For free.
For free.
You know how you do that?
How?
You comment. Comment while I'm drawing. Comment the word Mystique and you could win one of these for free. You could also get entered to win like the grand prize of this month because we have more prizes than we have weeks of drawing. And that is going to be a very cool leather backpack that is handmade and styled like the X-Men uniform. So if you'd like to win that, comment. We'd like to say that we would have loved you to comment for each drawing this month, but if you missed the previous 2 weeks, tag 2 friends in the comments tonight. 2 friends, and then comment Mystique. It's not that hard. Tag
I just did.
2 friends, thank you,
It's true,
that like art, so that you could possibly win that bag. But yeah, hopefully you guys are ready for a cool evening, and let's get to it.
Yeah.
Huzzah! Huzzah, huzzah! To start the conversation off, we can ask, what's your favorite Mystique moment if you've seen any of the X-Men movies?
Or TV.
Or TV. Yeah. Or in the comics, you know, like...
It's true. It's true. All good options. All
the
good
OG.
options.
Yeah. What's your favorite Mystique moment? And are you a Rebecca...
Romaine.
Romaine? Okay, cool. Romaine. Or are you a Jennifer Lawrence fan? Ooh. One or the other.
Go back to Romaine.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Like her lots.
In X2,
Yes.
Mystique was talking to Nightcrawler,
Yes.
Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler,
Yes.
and he said, I hear you can mimic everyone's everything,
Yes.
even their voice. And she says, even their voice.
Yes.
I lost it at that moment. I was like, yep, she wins.
She's pretty cool.
She's really cool.
She's pretty darn cool. She can do a lot of fun things.
She's also inherently immortal. Or at least her age is much, much, much decelerated.
Interesting.
Because her cells can just change.
Okay. Interesting.
Because she's like 100-ish years old, right?
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I could believe that.
I believe she is. I'm gonna look it up.
Also, we have Mia Artman says, "Hi, Chalk Gang. Nice to be able to catch you on the live while I'm on summer break."
Heck yeah, honey.
And we also have Lee Martini who says, "Greetings, Chalk Girl. You need to draw Chalk Yahoo seriously as young Einstein in the future."
Wait, who was who?
Martini.
No, I know, but who? I need to draw who?
Says, Chalk Yahoo seriously as young Einstein in the future.
Oh.
So,
I don't know who that is, but I could look it up.
yeah.
And Weeby Geeks says, hey, sending you login info this week.
Awesome!
Ooh.
Thanks,
Amazing.
Weeby Geeks. Thank you. For friends that missed our little reel of small business folks in the beginning, go check that out on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You can see all of the friends in our small business group. Weeby Geeks is in there. They do some great podcasts and some really awesome things. I was on one of their podcasts. You can see it on my website under the podcast tab.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right, canon, Raven was an adult in 1921,
Ooh,
and that's her earliest story.
interesting.
So she is well over 100 years old.
Wow. Because she hasn't died in the comics or anything, right?
I mean, everyone's died a few times, but
Oh, okay.
But she's managed to pull through.
Different.
I mean, they have different timelines, yeah.
yeah.
And Weeby Geeks has been crazy with Real Job.
Yeah, I'm sure. No blame anywhere. You do you. Glad you could join us for a little bit tonight.
I'm trying to think of a Mystique moment that I was like, yes, this moment.
There's undoing the shackles of her feet.
She uses her feet for a lot.
I don't know, a lot of like the moments that I really enjoyed of Mystique, like, and it's not like I didn't enjoy the moments that I got, but like it was other characters like doing things, and so I want to think of like one that's like that it was her doing something that I was like, oh yes, this.
Sure.
She pretended to be the president.
We've all pretended to be the
You're right. I know personally. I sit at my desk and I'm like, harumph, harumph, harumph. That's what I.
Yeah.
Business. That's what I do.
Business.
Mm-hmm.
I liked in First Class, like when Charles Xavier went to like the board meeting. It was like speaking with people, and he's like, "Hey, like these mutants, like they're this is a thing, like, and they're gonna be doing stuff." And they're like, "Yeah, right, whatever. Like, how do we know we got mutants like sitting among us?" And then she transformed, like sitting right next to him. And he's like, "Oh, okay, so you were telling the truth." And I was like,
Yeah.
"That was a good moment."
Well, and like he tried to do a little like thing beforehand. Like he tried to call out whatever one of these people was thinking about. Like it's in the cafeteria. The lunch today is this or whatever. And they're like, that's a parlor trick. Or you saw that on the way in. And she's
Yeah.
like,
And she was like, "Yes, but what if I do this though?
Yeah.
What if I transform into a different person right next to you?"
Yeah. Like transform into you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Jason Hartman says, "Hello, Chalk Peoples."
Hey.
Jason Hartman. Hi.
Art man.
Fun fact, Arvin, both Mia and Jason, just received some more images from the Chalk Girls, so you can expect to see a lot more quotes with cool chalk art.
Oh.
Very exciting.
Which X-Men movie was it where like she went to? I mean, she was trying to break out Magneto, but like when she was initially going and like getting information, she was like disguising as a bunch of different people. Like,
I think that was also X2 because
Well,
she was
X2.
finding
X2.
files on Stryker.
Yes. That's X2.
She pretended to be like the janitor.
Yes.
yes, that was. I like that moment.
Yeah.
And she had a similar scene in Days of Future Past.
Yep.
When she was sneaking into the office.
Yes.
I like that a lot of her stuff is espionage. I mean, given the natures of her powers, yes. But it's just fun. I would love to see a solo Mystique movie.
I think that'd be really cool. New actress or
Please.
yeah, okay.
Also, Jason Artman said, "Avatar." Just kidding. I know it's Mystique.
Thank you for correcting yourself.
And he also said, "Should see some new Chalk Girl fabrics tomorrow."
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Ringmaster, if you could,
Yes.
who would you choose for a new Mystique?
Oh gosh.
Who do you think could really pull it off?
Well, I mean, I would love Michelle Pfeiffer doing anything, but who would be a good Mystique? Like a modern actress.
And like, at what age do you cast, or like, what age in her life does this take place? And like,
Right.
yeah.
It'd be really cool to have like a Mystique like espionage kind of film, like not like Mission Impossible style, but like Mission Impossible.
Well, do you know who? Okay, you know who'd be a great Mystique, honestly, and I think they dropped the ball. It's Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I think she'd be a great Mystique.
Yeah.
She is very physical. She's a very powerful speaker.
Yeah.
And I think Charlize Theron would be a great Mystique. So let's do a Charlize Theron, Mission Impossible, Ocean's 11 type movie
Yeah.
as Mystique.
Yeah.
Cut it, print it, Warner Brothers, send me a check. All right.
But just her.
But Just
all
her.
the people of Ocean's 11.
What's
And all the people of Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
No, just her being all the people of Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Each one. What was the recent Netflix movie that had Charlize Theron in it?
The Old Guard?
Yes.
Yes. The old guard.
Yeah, she was great, and that was very she could easily play.
That was a good call, right? Good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
If I could recommend another Charlize Theron action movie, it's not for the youngsters though, but Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde
It's very well done.
has some great action scenes.
Yes, it does.
And
Should
Meg
make
the
people
Amazing
downstairs.
says Mystique is Raven! Exclamation mark.
Heck yeah. Meg wants that bag. If you want that bag, comment Mystique. And if you haven't commented the last 2 weeks, text your friends. You could win a really cool bag. I got pictures of it the other day. It's amazing.
I also kind of want that bag. I like it.
Well, you're gonna have to comment Mystique.
Fun fact, I have commented every week.
Well,
Yes,
then
he
there
has.
you go. Ooh, Lee Martini says a much older version of Mystique as played by Jane Seymour.
I don't know who that is either, but it sounds like it would be cool.
Also, we have someone I think on maybe YouTube or Twitch that said that their username is Buddha, and they say hello, nice
Hi.
art.
Thanks.
It is nice
It is
art.
nice art.
Buddha.
Yes.
So that's a big compliment
It's like a big compliment.
from the Buddha.
I just love the Chalk Girls style.
Ooh, this is an interesting question. Mia Hartman says, how many shades of blue are you planning on using?
Yes, that was my literal next question, Mia. Good
All
job.
of them. All the ones I have. In my tiny little sticks, I have about 4 or 5, and then in my big chunky ones, I've got like another 2, and everything in between. All of them,
So at least 7.
at least.
There's probably some greens and whites in there too, though.
Yep.
Maybe some
Yeah.
yellows.
And purple.
I don't know what colors.
You.
I'll take your word for
Now,
it.
do we know how long her makeup took? Because I know Alan Cumming took like 8 hours.
So did hers. I just watched a video on it the other day. Super fascinating. They created a whole new thing for her makeup. It was beautiful. But yeah, like 8 hours every day.
It really was incredible, though. Like, truly.
They did a really cool thing where they made these transfers that were very thin and obviously had the scales, but like it was basically just a second layer of skin that was super sticky enough to where they could like put it on and then peel it off, pull it on, like do it a whole bunch of times and it would still stick, and it didn't need glue except
Awesome.
for around the edges, which I was like, well, that's really cool. It sounds a lot better than a prosthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to learn how they did that and what products they used.
Also, Lee Martini said that Jane Seymour plays Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and she also played Serena in Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
So that would be a good choice for Mystique. I think that there are just like there are a lot of really good like powerful female actresses that would be excellent to play Mystique.
I agree.
And I think part of like what can contribute to that is because of just the like blue skin and the prosthetics that like the character has. Like you could put feasibly anyone
Yes.
into the costume and make it work. And I think that's really cool. Like that her being a blue person creates like a ton of acting opportunities.
Yeah. I also like seeing newbies.
Yeah.
Like I'm always about get some
Mhm.
new actors in there.
Some fresh faces.
Who plays Gamora? Rosario Dawson?
No, Zoe.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. Okay. That's right.
She made a
Rosario
good one,
Dawson.
too.
They're both singers too. No, Rosario Dawson's not. I'm sorry.
No, Rosario Dawson is. I don't think Zoe Saldana is.
Isn't she?
No,
What?
because Rosario Dawson was in Rent.
What?
They're not the same actor?
No.
No.
Oh, I always thought they were.
Nope.
Well,
Rosario Dawson.
Is Ahsoka?
Yes.
yes, that's
And
not the same
she's-
person as Gamora.
No. She's also.
Well, they wear so much makeup; it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
They do play like.
And they're very similar characters.
The makeups look very similar too.
Yes.
But-
She's in Daredevil. What's her name in Daredevil?
Yes, she's the
the nurse.
doctor.
Claire.
She's the nurse.
Yes.
Claire, what's her face? But she's in all of those series. So when I was gonna do my big connecting
Yes.
thing, she was gonna be one of those characters.
Okay, well, either of those actresses could be a good Mystique too.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I like that idea.
Thank you.
Yes.
Or maybe both of them.
Lee has also said that Rosario Dawson was Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To confirm.
Sometimes the ringmaster needs a little help.
Rosario Dawson is quite the badass when it comes to
Yes.
Oh, she's amazing.
roles. Yeah.
Well, and what's great is she's gotten to play some like very iconic roles, but she also the character that she played in Daredevil was just kind of an ancillary character until she became the most popular character in the show.
Yeah.
And therefore they brought her into every other series. Like that's the kind of actress that she is like she doesn't just do a great job, she does so well that they're like, well, we gotta bring her back. Like we
Right.
gotta do more.
Well, and also just like it's a great way to connect all of them. Like
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
But yeah, when she got cast as Ahsoka, I was like, well, I'm in because I like this actress and she gets to play one of my favorite Jedi characters, so sign me up.
And now she's gonna get like her whole spin-off.
You bet, and it's gonna be great.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited for that.
Me too.
Yeah, she was Mimi in the
In the
movie
in
version,
Rent.
in the Rent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
It's been out for years,
Also, it's based on Bohem, so if you've seen Bohem,
Yeah.
which has also been out for years.
I mean, yeah.
Love you.
Penguin, what was your favorite Mystique moment?
Why is it when Magneto dragged her across the concrete with a bullet?
Oh, that was great.
And see, that was like, I was like, that was a really cool moment because Jennifer Lawrence also like really well acted that moment, and like, but I was like, that's Magneto, like that's not her, because she's suffering in it. Like, I'm like, that's not a good option, so that's why I had to pick something else.
It's a very interesting and clever moment, though.
Yeah. Oh, it was brutal. I was like, no, that's so painful. It's like whenever an actor in a movie gets hit with an arrow and they rip it out. I was like, ooh.
Also, though, in my head, the logic would be that the bullet would just like be a through and through then, unless he like pulled all of her iron like he did with the other guy. But you know, that's just me.
Do you think he was strong enough to do that though at that point?
Maybe not.
To just like pull her by the bullet.
Well, but he had already done.
I
Like,
mean the iron thing.
well, maybe I don't know.
Well, he had lifted like some coliseums and stuff.
He did. I don't know. I wonder. Maybe there's
maybe he hadn't finessed it enough to do.
right. Like maybe
yeah.
like yoinking the iron out of someone's blood takes a lot more because it's very precise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he absolutely was like, let me just drag you across the
I love
concrete
that.
via this bullet. I'm like, oh no, that's terrible.
And like the live action, like the home video they had of it,
Yeah.
that was so cool. What a cool effect. That was
Yeah.
great.
Was that Days of Future Past?
That was Days of Future Past.
Yeah. Because that was where they had Peter Dinklage as
They
the
had
guy
Peter Dinklage.
who designed
The anti.
Sentinels.
The Sentinels, yeah.
I was like, what are they called?
Specifically the Nimrods.
Well, and that was what was cool is that like we got to see like the original like Sentinels, but then in the future we got to
We
see
see the Nimrods.
Oh, Nimrods.
How fun was that?
They were spooky.
They were.
He did a great job too, I think.
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's narrating a documentary series on Netflix called How to Become a Tyrant.
I would like to watch that.
Yeah. It looks, I mean, it looks very interesting in that he basically, like, he goes through, like, historical tyrants, like, and explains how, like, they were able to rise to power in the way that they did. And I was like, that's very dark, but also like good on Peter Dinklage for still doing stuff. I like him a lot. I like when he gets utilized.
He had a great. He gave a speech at a college. I think his college that he went to.
Yeah.
It was really like poignant. Like what I thought it was very good.
Yes. Oh, he's an actor that I would love. He's also my favorite part of Game of Thrones.
He was great.
Do 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 do.
Like I was like, this character is like one of my top characters, and he doesn't hardly lay a finger on anyone in the show. Like,
Yeah. He's got a heart.
yeah, he said, "I drink and I know things," and I was like, I can get behind this.
So
No.
Penguin,
Yeah.
what's your favorite Mystique moment?
Probably that one time when Mystique turned into a bird and flew away
When did that happen?
in the animated series.
Okay.
She was like on a train or something, and what she was trying to do didn't work out. And then I think the X-Men showed up, or somebody showed up, and then she just like turned into a bird and flew away.
They never really did the animal thing in any of the movies.
No.
No, and so with Mystique's transformation, this is from the books, and like they never really say it in the movies. So, she has to maintain her mass.
Yeah.
So like in the books, and like in the books, she could totally turn into a giant bird, but it's going to be a giant bird,
Yeah.
and like I imagine on screen it would look kind of funny, but like in the cartoon, it's chill.
She's like Animorphs.
She just animorphs, right? But like she can't become like tiny.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Or she'd be a
She could-
really heavy mouse.
Yeah, like she couldn't just be like a 120-pound mouse.
I suppose she could be 100. Yeah, I guess.
Well, but also like,
But,
she
like-
would have to confine her mass into that, and like, as we know, like the only Marvel Comics thing that like makes that work is pin particles.
Right.
because-
Well, and really, it might not be her like mass shrinking down. It might just be her visibly being small. Like she might just still be 5 foot whatever walking, but people only ever see. a
would
mouse.
see a mouse. Yeah,
Gotcha. Like a disguise spell in D&D.
like a disguise spell. Yes. Now I have a question for people. How did we like her voice in the first set of movies versus the younger class new set of movies?
I forgot that she had like a doubled over voice in
Yes.
the original. It makes sense though. Like,
I agree.
I'm not a big fan of it, but it makes sense to me.
I kind of loved it, but I love spooky voices, so. And like, just the idea that like she doesn't even have a voice of her own.
That makes it so much more sad. But like, yeah,
Mystique's actually a very sad character.
she is.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like personally, I feel like I liked the one voice just because, in reading the comics, like, I imagine most people read it in one voice.
Well, and the books they never say, oh, she's got a weird voice. So
Yeah.
you could assume that it's a voice.
Right.
I feel like she also had other powers. I was wondering about this as I was watching and rewatching like every movie over the last month. That she has like other stuff than just shape shifting, like the voice thing, the animal thing. But there was something else that surprised me when I was watching the movies that I forgot. That of course I'm not gonna remember now. But there was like some other odd, weird dealio that she had going on.
Well, she does have, she has enhanced like strength and
Yeah.
agility,
Yeah.
just given the nature of her mutation.
Well, and she's like super good with computers, unless they just decided to make her that way for the movies, as that rogue spy kind of thing.
Sure.
Can hack into any system.
But I think that's just like a skill she learned because she's just good at stuff.
Where would you learn that though? Especially
Well-
her. Unless she just went to school. And
But literally, you could kill somebody, assume their identity, go to school for them as them, and then you have a new skill.
True.
And it cost you nothing. And it cost that person their life. Dark. In the animated series, she had a great monologue where she was, I forget who she was talking to, but she was talking to someone in the X-Men, and she was like, I'm not a bad guy, but like my whole life has been stealing other people's lives, and she was just transforming like into the different people she's been throughout the years.
Yeah.
As she was giving them on, like, it was great, and I remember little child me watching it, being like, "This is some stuff." Very emotional.
Yeah, and then again, just rewatching everything this week. There's like the whole part in. She has like all of 2 minutes in X3, but
Ugh.
yeah. But she's in like a holding cell, and they're interviewing her, and she's like, "My family tried to kill me," and like,
Mm-hmm.
like deep dark story, deep dark backstory. I guess.
Yes.
That could also be involved with her movie when she gets one.
Please let her get one. Could Mystique be the bridge that the X-Men need for the MCU?
Well, technically we've...
I think Loki just did that.
Yes, Loki definitely has opened some doors. But we, technically speaking, have our first, like... They didn't say it, but like our first like mutant character in Marvel movies.
We do.
But I won't say what or which Marvel movie. You have to figure it out because I will not spoil.
Okay.
Fierce Fox Creation says,
We've talked
"Hi,
about
how
a
are
couple
you?"
memes.
Says what, Ingrid?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
And they say, "Yay, Mystique."
Yeah. Yay, Mystique. Symmetry kind of stinks. She's got all the scales.
But yes.
We had Lee Martini said, "Multiverse alligator Loki." I agree. We also had Scratch Splo Productions said, "Nice drawing."
Well, thanks.
Do you like her fishy scale skin?
I don't know what it's supposed to be based off of. Like, I never read the comics or anything. I don't really know, like, if they explain that in her backstory at all. Of like,
In the books, it's just kind of a matte blue.
she's just. Oh yeah, that's right. She doesn't really have scales.
No, I loved the scales, and I loved how they like moved and worked in the
Yeah.
on screen.
I don't like how it changes her face shape a lot. Granted, it's not a bad thing that it makes her face look rounder. Like, there's definitely movement in the scales and a pattern, but it also seems a little random to me of how they're placed.
Sure.
But like, they're still awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're still amazing.
I get what you mean though.
Like, had I designed scales, I never would have thought to do this, but it is very cool and unique to the character.
Yeah.
They are.
I always thought the one thing, like, with the movies that always, not like irked me or weirded me out, but like it was the fact that like where she normally had just kind of like a head crest thing that she wore, that they like made it a part of
her head.
And I was
yes.
like, I mean, okay, like to each his own.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Not my first choice as a like design choice, but there are also like I'm sure that there are much worse things that they could have done, so like I get it.
After watching how they put all of her makeup on, I can definitely see why they would have nixed like a headband or any kind of piece,
like a costume
would have been
piece.
too much.
Yeah.
Would have been way too much.
And just like because her like comic book costume is simplistic isn't the right word, but like it's relatively simple. Like you know, if they had the option to like do more and go bigger with like the makeup, which they chose to do, and therefore like if they were just gonna have her look blue and have just the white costume, like I feel like it wouldn't have been visually as cool for a movie, especially with like the kind of grandiose that the X-Men have.
Yeah.
I feel like to go the route of having like a full prosthetic deal versus having just a costume was the wiser choice in the end.
Oh, totally.
Also, Scratch Splo Production says, I'm the only person watching this on YouTube. And then he says, oh, should I comment Mystique? And then said Mystique. So,
Heck yeah!
you should.
Thank you for commenting.
What could
Mystique.
you possibly get from commenting Mystique?
My hands are super chalky right now, so I'm not going to touch them, but you could win a metal print of Nightcrawler or Wolverine made by our friends at BKS Art and Textiles.
And they are sweet.
They
Very
are
cool.
sweet, indeed.
They're cool. I like them.
So comment Mystique, and maybe you can own them.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. If you could shapeshift into anyone for a day, who would it be?
Keanu Reeves, no question.
You hear they're making a prequel to the John Wick movies?
Really?
Yeah, it's all about the Continental and the
Yes,
guy.
they're making
Oh.
a Continental like.
Oh, cool.
My hope is that because it's going to be like a TV series. My hope is that it's almost like anthology-esque in that like everything comes through the Continental, but like you get a bunch of different like random, not necessarily connected stories.
I would love that.
I think it would be really cool.
I don't know if it's the guy that is his name Ian.
Yes.
The guy that he played. I think it surrounds him and like setting up the Continental.
Mm-hmm. I believe that is correct.
I was listening to Kevin and Mark on Fat Man Beyond. That's what Mark said. That is very much like his beginning of the
Yes.
hotel and creating a safe haven for these.
Ian McShane.
Thank you.
He plays Winston. Is the name of the character.
Got it.
First time I saw him in anything, it was a series called Pillars of the Earth.
Ooh.
And he was a very interesting, he's a bishop? Or, yeah, he was like a higher up in the church kind of thing, but he was excellent in that show.
I love Ian McShane. He is very talented. Oh, that makes me excited. I hope that series does very well because I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of potential there. Plus, he worked. Ian McShane worked on American Gods, and so I know that he does like his television shows, and so I think that will be
Yeah.
something cool that he'll get to do a character that I'm sure he very much enjoyed in a television setting.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Chalk Girl, who would you transform into?
I have no idea. Didn't think of that answer before I asked the question.
Ringmaster, who would you transform into?
I would transform into Beyonce and cause riots.
That's a very Ringmaster
That
answer.
is what I would do.
No, you wouldn't want to transform into anyone else?
No, Beyonce would get the people going.
Yeah, but like...
Which Beyonce? Like
Would-
2000s
the
Beyonce?
current one? No, I'd be the current one, so people weren't like, it's a time loop. Oh no!
But if anyone could figure out a time loop, it would be Beyonce.
It'd be Beyonce. It would be Beyonce. Huh? No, or I'd be like a mayor of a city and just go through the town singing a song and getting all the children to follow and be a mayor.
You know, classic mayor.
Classic mayoral things.
Oh boy.
Just throwing pretzels and hot dogs at people, like the typical mayor, you know.
Sure. How about you, Penguin? Who would you be?
I have no idea.
He would do the animal thing.
I probably would. Very, very likely it would just be an animal for a day.
A penguin.
Which animal?
Penguin.
It depends on where I'm at.
You could be a penguin anywhere, and I feel like that's a good time.
Not if you're like trying to cross a lane of traffic.
I see personally, like I would stop the world for a penguin that was crossing the lane of traffic in like Wisconsin. Like if
Yeah.
I'm driving and I just see a penguin crossing the road, I'm like, everything stop, everyone hold. That's a penguin crossing the road. This changes the game.
I feel like that just wouldn't be a a good fast land animal.
Sure.
No, but
Depends on what land you're in. You're in Antarctica. You'd be doing just fine.
It probably isn't a lane of traffic going down there though.
they've
That
got
we know
snowmobiles.
of.
They actually have their own penguin lane. It's crazy.
Penguin sledding.
Penguin sledding.
Chuck Girl, we were at 35.
Thanks, 35.
You're welcome, 35.
You're welcome. 35.
Oh my gosh. Chalk Mom, if you could transform into anybody for a day, who would it be?
I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good character.
The cruddy thing is that you don't like absorb all their knowledge. You just
Nope.
look like
You
them.
just look like them. That's why I'd want to be somebody beautiful, like Beyonce.
You saying Keanu Reeves is not beautiful?
Well, no, he's beautiful, but you picked Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Very foxy. Very foxy man.
Very foxy man, Keanu Reeves.
He's the one, after all.
He was, yes.
Aren't they making another Matrix?
I believe so.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I know I heard rumors about something like that in the works.
Yeah, I believe that they are. I don't know who's the creative team on it. I don't know if it's the same directors as before, but
The Wachowski sisters,
yes.
formerly known as the Wachowski brothers.
Yes.
Gals are crazy.
Look at that.
Look
Just
at the
deepness.
deepness.
There's some deep blues there.
Well, and now truly, it's just so mesmerizing to watch.
Because there was once just like an outline, and now there's a face, and it's looking at it.
Now Rebecca Romaine is right here saying, I used to be married to the Oikos yogurt guy.
And just look at
Come
it.
on, that was funny.
I don't have commercials. I don't know what was.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have a context.
Oh,
I'll take over for it.
John Stamos.
Oh, like Full House Johnson.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Is a sponsor for Oikos yogurt.
Didn't know
'Cause
that.
it's weak.
Yeah, and so she used to be Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Now she's just Rebecca Romaine.
Gotcha.
Now she's Rebecca Romaine Lettuce. Look at the complexity and profundity.
Ooh, big words. What website to get those from?
Dictionary.com. I'm looking up further ways to describe the word depth.
Yay!
It's all good.
But I mean, it's really incredible that the texture looks as though it is in 3 dimensions and that it is catching light differently. However, it is a 2-dimensional surface, and it makes my lizard brain say, "Huh?"
Say what?
Like a baby who hasn't developed object permanence, I am mystified.
Also, why does your lizard brain sound like a shy guy?
My lizard is a shy guy. It's a new book.
It's a
It's
shy
like, what
lizard.
color is your parachute? Like, what animal is your shy guy?
What animal is your shy guy?
Yeah, I heard a little bit of like Wario in there.
Wah.
Yeah.
What?
My lizard brain says, heat and food.
Just one tongue. Just.
Like a Yoshi.
Lamb.
Blum,
Lamb.
blum. Blum. Blum, blum, blum. That was levels.
In lizard.
In lizard.
In lizardese.
Reptilian.
Sounds like a person's name.
Yeah.
Mrs. Reptilian.
This is Reptilian. Brian won't share.
That looks really good.
Thanks.
Is it incredible? No, I know I ask these questions often, Chalk Girl. because there's so many different blues, right?
Yeah.
Does the amount of blue ever, do you ever get lost in it? Because it's all,
Like, do I ever go cross-eyed kind of thing?
yeah, because it's, I mean, not that I'm saying it's monochromatic, because it's not, but it is,
Yeah, I do.
you know?
Yeah. Or like I'll be convinced, or like the daylight will change, and then like at the end of the day when you step back, it's like, oh, that was supposed to be more like this color. Or,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But there's a way to like regulate that based on the colors that you have available a little bit.
Huh.
But yeah, sometimes it happens. For sure.
This is gonna look really good as a medal.
This is going to look, I was also thinking that. Well, unfortunately, I am going to be buying all of the X-Men metal prints, so
You say unfortunately like it's a bad thing. You know you want them all.
I want every single one, yes.
He must have it.
So those gigs better pay me. You hear that, gigs? You pay me. You pay up.
We got some stuff to buy.
Dan's a waiting. Levels.
When?
Was Mystique ever part of the X-Men, or was she always on Magneto's side?
Well, Magneto himself has led the X-Men,
That's true.
so Mystique has technically been parts of various X-Men teams. And Mystique really isn't, she's really not like a bad guy.
Yeah.
She is not a bad guy in the sense that, like, Mr. Sinister will just always betray you. Like, she will not. And she's also had some friendships with some of the X-Men, Wolverine specifically.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, were they on purpose ever romantically involved, or was she posing? Like, was that ever a thing?
I know. She and Sabretooth had a child.
Mm-hmm.
She and Sabretooth had Nightcrawler, but later we found out his parentage was different. But she did have a relationship with Sabretooth. Because he is also nearly 100 years old.
That's true.
I thought he was older than that.
I mean, he could be by, he's old. He is longer than a average human life expectancy.
Isn't he Wolverine's brother?
Canon now he is, yes. And so, yeah, and I suppose they were like in the 800s.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, they've been around. But so is she.
Chuck, girl, have you thought of the background for this yet?
Ooh.
It's gonna be pretty basic. All the ones for the X-Men are.
It better be blue.
What?
I said it better be blue. Blue on blue, so vibrant.
Contrast?
I don't know what it'll be, but it'll just be pretty basic, pretty plain.
That's cool, though. Ooh, what soundtrack is this?
I believe this is still X-Men.
It's great.
Oh, yeah, this is the X2.
Ah! I thought so.
Yeah.
X2 really is my favorite of the X-Men movies.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So good.
Shoo, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Your excuse.
Thank you. I didn't mean to sneeze in your nice video.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's just my allergies.
When did X2 come out?
X2 came out, it had to be like 2003, 2004. I'll look.
It was so young when we watched it.
I was obsessed with
It was 2003.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was a really good guess.
Thank you. Just thinking about stages of my life and when I saw it.
Yeah.
Also, I know that the first X-Men came out in 2000. Which, yeah, the first X-Men was 21 years ago.
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, wait.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because Anna Paquin was itty bitty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's a blast from the past.
So, do you want to hear something terrifying?
I mean, do we?
Describe.
Well, even 2003.
We are as far away from X1 as X1 was far away from Alien. If that hits anybody in a weird way.
Oh my god.
Let me find another one. We are as far away from X1 as we are from Rocky 2 and the Warriors. As they were, as X1 was. How about that? Oof.
Why they've come a long way with CG too.
Well, and that's the thing. Because, you watch the X-Men movies and they still hold up.
They
At least the
do.
last time I checked.
Certain ones, not all.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
X2 holds up.
Yes, it does. They, for the ice scene, they brought in like a full-on, 12-foot by 6-foot and 6 inches thick block of ice. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
You got one take on this.
Well, they had to film it real quick because it was melting under all those lights.
We got one take, kids.
Not one take.
And then they exploded it. They blew it apart.
Looks good from far away.
It really does.
I'm glad it looks good from far away.
Looks great close up too.
I find her eyes are just so gripping. Probably because of the contrast of the orange against the blues.
Yeah.
But, and she has interesting lizard pupils. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or magma pupils.
Yarp.
As you can tell here at the Chalk Girl, the Ringmaster's forte is not adjectives. So
Doesn't have to be. No one's judging. I'm not.
I know. Pito is. And our viewers at home.
I cannot wait to see the metal ones.
I know, right?
Oh, my goodness. Do the metals turn out a little darker, or are they the same? Pretty much
They're
the same.
pretty much the same, if not a little bit brighter because of a white background. Most of the time.
Well, I can't wait to buy things from you.
I can't wait to tell you no.
He's like, I can't wait to do it sneakily so you won't find out.
I can't wait to secretly Venmo you anyway.
Bye.
He's ready to start a Venmo war.
Oh
On Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. Or was that Christmas Eve that I came here?
Here?
Yeah. I bought
Oh yeah.
a print from you for my sister.
Was it on one of those days? I thought
It
it was
was-
earlier than that.
No, it was either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Because I was on my way to a gig that happened to not be too far from here.
Gotcha.
And I dropped your presents off.
That's
And
right.
and we quarreled a little on payment and
Yeah. Yeah.
good times. But I was so excited to give you your presents.
They were very generous. And I still wear mine all the time.
I just love giving gifts. I really do.
How's that chat doing? We got any entries for our giveaway.
We got some Mystiques in there for sure.
Good.
We just got Mixon says, is it better to message here or TikTok?
What do you mean by here? Where?
Like
where?
here.
Like in the chat, in the comments?
Yes.
You can do that. That is perfectly fine. We could answer you right away then.
Yeah.
And then you're not waiting on me for an answer later.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I like questions. I do not mind them.
I just realized nobody's looking at TikTok.
Nobody's looking at TikTok.
Like-
Is it?
For
Dude,
nobody's watching.
no one's monitoring TikTok.
I mean, it's on there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nobody in our staff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Since when?
YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch are all on that comment thread.
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, TikTok, not TikTok.
Yeah.
I thought you said Twitch.
No.
Okay, yes. No, nobody's looking at TikTok
You
right now.
even
Hi,
repeated.
TikTok.
Well, if you're
back.
watching us on TikTok, we hope
Yeah.
you're having a great time.
Sorry. That's okay. I'll look at the questions and answer them quickly before we log everything up.
Also from YouTube, Manon Lemieux,
Yeah.
I hope I said that right, says Mystique with a heart.
Heck yeah! If memory serves me correct, I believe Manon has a Wolverine print of mine.
Ooh.
They got it framed in a Negan or Wolverine. I think it might be Negan. Just kidding.
Both are good.
Both are good.
Both are gruff as well.
Nixon says, I'm just discreetly sending roses, lol.
Oh,
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the best.
Guys, rock.
Chuck Earl, you are at 51.
Thank you. I was
You
just
are
going to
welcome.
ask/check.
I'm trying my best.
How dare you? How dare you try your best?
Always looks funky until the whole thing is put together.
I'm gonna disagree. Circle gets the square. Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna say it looks great.
I'm gonna say it's incredible right now, and I am.
Excited to see the full thing.
I think the word is geeked about it.
Ah,
But since it's Mystique, you could pretty much just stop drawing blue now and just do some other character for the rest of it.
well, I presented that to my friend group of folks that usually help me pick out what I'm gonna draw, and I said, do we want one of these hands to be like Wolverine hand with claws? But I do like the idea. This hand down here will be more
Beast?
human-like. No,
Oh.
more human-like, or not so blue, I should say.
Can you throw a Chewbacca in there somewhere?
No,
That was the best I had.
I wouldn't even know where to start with a Chewbacca noise.
Brown for
Chewbacca noise.
Brown noise.
gargle water.
Gargle, yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's probably as far as we're gonna go for tonight. But yay for the start of Mystique. Woot woot.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for
Yeah.
joining us. Again, if you would like to potentially win a metal print from BKS Art and Textiles,
Which you should. They're sweet.
they are very cool. You could win a Wolverine. Or a very cool Nightcrawler.
Bam, as he
Bam.
says.
Yeah. Bam.
Bam.
You could win this.
Take
Like,
these
you could win
and
either one of these.
Bam,
Freebies.
as his power
Win.
says.
Free. Win. So, you know how to do that. And that's by commenting the word Mystique in the chat.
Dude.
And if you didn't manage to comment last week or the week before and you want to win this really cool backpack that we have that's coming that I've seen pictures of and it's absolutely phenomenal, if you'd like to win that, next week will be our drawing for that. You need to make sure that you comment today and you tag 2 friends. Heck yeah! Because that's going to be really exciting and really cool. In other words, I wish I would have brought one down. Chakra has stickers now. Which is kind of fun. So if you'd like stickers are going to be upstairs. Do you really? Oh, you're so cool. Thank you. You're the best. Stickers! We got stickers! Stickers. These are going to come with every purchase. So, you could just purchase something from the Etsy store and get one of these bad boys. Thank you so much.
I'm keeping it safe in my wallet
You are keeping it
until I put it on my D&D book.
Oh, cute. So we have stickers now, and we also have a cool website that's been updated quite a bit. If you go to adventuresofchuckroll.com, you can find the podcast that we've recently been doing. I just did one a couple days ago that's going to be on there soon. I was lucky to hang out with my friends at the Northern Ontario Expo. They interviewed me for a little bit, which was really fun. That'll be up there fairly soon. I've got about 5 other interviews on there if you want to learn more about what I do. There's also a page on there where you can sign up for a newsletter. We have a monthly newsletter, which is really exciting. So feel free to sign up for that. I promise it's really quick and easy and snappy. It's all in bullet points. You don't even have to read big paragraphs. It's great. And for those of you that are on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, stick around. We have some more new friends in our small business community that are on the pre-roll that we usually let run. So go take a look at those folks. You can see some of the people that have interviewed us, some of the sponsors that we've had all year. So definitely go hang out with those folks and see what they can do, because they make awesome stuff too. Otherwise, we will be back next week. Last drawing for the month of X-Men. And I believe next week will be Mr. Charles.
Ooh.
Charles
Charles.
Xavier. So come back for that. Make sure to comment if you want that really cool bag that's coming. I promise it's going to be awesome. And we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. You guys are sending so many presents on TikTok. This is insane.
There's so much clapping
So
happening.
much insane. Holy crap. Somebody said their allergies have been rough on them too. You guys.
Yes.
Moneybox Hero. Hello. You guys are so cool. 100% agree with the ringmaster. I'm sure it was about allergies. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's make sure that this one is off over here. It's okay. You're good.
One of these days I'll learn.
We're gonna do a transition.